What's going on, guys? It's Mike with One Shot Defense, and I'm back with Gun of the Week. This week's Gun of the Week is going to be a comparison video between the Sig P211 GTO and the Staccato XC. So this is a comparison video, and I think it's only fair that we compare apples to apples here, right? So we'll talk a little bit about what's on these guns here. So on the Staccato, we have a Holosun 507 competition. It has the factory stock 7-pound recoil spring. Everything else is stock. The trigger stock. All the features have not been messed with. It still has the palm safety, ambidextrous thumb safeties. You have your approximately 2-pound trigger, polymer grip module. Yeah, again, bone stock. Nothing has been done to this gun. On the P211, it is stock as well, with the exception of in the case or from the factory when you purchase it, it gives you 2 recoil springs. I did change the 8-pound recoil spring to the 10-pound recoil spring just to help with some reliability, especially on a compensated pistol. I like a little bit more forceful reset, so that's just a personal thing. But it also has a 507 competition on it. Something that is a bit different that the 211 has over the Staccato, in my opinion, is this has full ambidextrous controls. So obviously on the standard side, you have the slide lock, slide release, magazine release, and ambidextrous thumb safeties. But what I really like about that is they are extended. If you look at the difference, this is a standard 2011 thumb slide release. This is a bit extended, so you can see that it just gives you that extra purchase. And I love that because I can pretty much hit it with my shooting hand thumb with breaking my grip minimally. To do that on the Staccatos or any really 2011, I have to either break my grip completely or hit it with my support hand thumb. So I like that they extended it here. Ambidextrous thumb safeties, like I said, you have your palm safety here, and you have your magazine release. The cool thing about the magazine release is that it is the Sig AXG magazine release. So it can be swapped to the other side. It can be changed for the extended one. So that's pretty cool. It's standard with the AXG line of Sig. So I like that they did that. Also, something else that's not standard is removable G10 grips. So you can take these screws off, pull the grips off, and put different grips on. Lock grips comes out with the aluminum and the brass grips. They do have them out. They are live, so you can check them out. I already tried to buy them, but they're sold out. And then the last 2 things I should say, you have ambidextrous slide lock, slide release, which Staccato does not have. Most 2011s do not have. So you lefties, don't worry. They're thinking about you. Also is an external extractor. So on these standard 2011s, these extractors are internal. So you can see it in there poking out through the extractor channel. So those internal extractors could be finicky, meaning that you must clean that channel. You can start to have malfunctions if it gets really dirty, as well as they need to be tuned. So the way that you bend them, either bend them in or bend them out, controls how much tension there is on the extractor when it extracts the casing from the chamber. That can cause malfunctions if it's not tuned right. With the 211, external extractor, just like most of their guns, and you do not have to tune. You really don't have to worry about it. Cleaning it is super simple. You don't have to, get in here and pull all the crap out of it. So I really, really like that they have it external now. The new HD line for Staccato has done this too. So, Sig's not the first one to do it, but I think all 1911s should be built that way just for ease of use, right? So other than that, they're both bone stock guns. The triggers are stock, recoil springs, main springs, everything is stock. So let's see how they compare.
So to do a proper comparison, both guns are stock. They both have Holosun 507 competition. It is head-to-head as I can make it, as even as I can make it. I was running them out of my Black Scorpion gear competition rigs. Yeah, so like I said, both bone stock. And I just wanted to do some drills, doing some one reload one, some build drills, some doubles, just to kind of get the feel for each gun back to back. So started out with the Staccato. There were other people in the range, I did use a shot timer, but I did not really record the times only because other people were shooting and it wasn't accurate. So one reload one, I was able to hit it pretty nicely there, but I will say that the magwell to me laughed a little bit. I think I'm super spoiled with the Masterpiece Arms magwell where you can't miss it, but the Staccato you can miss it and it doesn't necessarily self-correct the magazine. And there you can see it got stuck in the magwell. Not quite sure what happened there. Ripping some doubles, very controllable. You can see the compensator working. Really, really good recoil impulse. Sometimes the biggest thing with this, people find themselves is pushing down or overcompensating because of the, I guess, the lack of the recoil. Getting some bill drills in. So my standard for a good bill drill out of the holster is anything under 2 seconds with hits, obviously, and accuracy. Here, these bill drills are averaging between 140 to 160. So slow motion, just seeing how the gun tracks. And just I guess a third person view of some doubles, 7 yards. The gun barely moves. It's so flat. It really is. You really have to fight wanting to push the gun down and getting those low hits from a little bit of anticipation. But keep them all pretty much A zone. You know, that was a USPSA target. Pretty much all be A's. So now we switch over to the GTO. And I basically do the same thing. I'm going to run some drills with this, same as I did with the Staccato, just to get the feel for it. So, first bill drill with it. There's something about the trigger and the way that this gun returns to zero that just has me in awe. I absolutely love the trigger on this gun, and it just gets faster and faster. Little fumble with my support hand getting back onto the gun there, but was still able to hit the reload pretty well. I shoot a Glock for work, so, you know, the first time I transitioned to 2011 after shooting Glocks for a little while, it takes me a little bit to get in a rhythm, but it's not too hard to jump back and forth. Hitting some doubles again, it's so flat. No lock back, but that's all right. Trigger crease too, why not? I was ripping fill drills, my finger was getting pretty tired. And then the same third person doubles drill that I did with the Staccato. So flat. So flat. And the level of accuracy at that speed, just being able to keep them again all within a would-be A zone is just phenomenal. Was throwing splits and down in the low teens there, and look at that group. It barely moved.
So now that we have shot these guns and we got a little intimate and handsy with both of them, let's talk some final thoughts. So we'll start with the Staccato. The Staccato feels like a handmade gun. The fit and finish, the tolerances are super tight. It's super well made. The slide is like glass. The light recoil spring just lends itself to next to no recoil. So smooth to shoot. And you can kind of feel the difference, so to speak, in the craftsmanship of the gun, even though they use a polymer, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like aluminum or steel, but that's just me. The P211 GTO does feel a little less refined. It does feel more generically made, you know, larger scale. Sig probably got a big production line of these bad boys, but the shootability, the feature set that this has, the external extractor, the interchangeable grip panels, the magazine release, the extended controls, what you get bang for the buck, my edge goes to the GTO. I think that the Sig P211 GTO is just a solid shooting firearm. If you're looking to get into the 2011 world that doesn't necessarily break the bank, the P211 GTO is definitely the way to go. Nothing wrong with the Staccato. I love the Staccato. It shoots great, but for the money, for the features, for the shootability, Sig's got my vote. So I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to give a big shout out to Black Scorpion Gear, my sponsor, for all the fantastic equipment that they've given me for competitions. Definitely check them out. If you use promo code ONESHOT10, gives you a little something extra for holidays and gives me a little bit of recognition with the boys at the shop. And I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a safe New Year.